Her body was cut perfectly in half, drained of all blood, posed like a mannequin in a vacant lot. Her face had been sliced from ear to ear into a grotesque smile. But the strangest part? The killer sent letters to the police, taunting them, playing games. And 78 years later, no one knows who did it. This is the story of Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia, the murder that haunts Los Angeles to this very day. This is Dark True Crime, where we investigate the cases history couldn't solve. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. January 15th, 1947, Los Angeles, California. A woman is walking through a vacant lot in the Leimert Park neighborhood. Her daughter is with her. It's a clear morning. Quiet. Then she sees it. At first, she thinks it's a mannequin, a department store dummy, broken in half, discarded in the weeds. But as she gets closer, she realizes it's a woman, a real woman, cut in half at the waist. The woman screams. She grabs her daughter, runs to the nearest house. Within minutes, police arrive. And what they find becomes the most infamous unsolved murder in American history. The body is lying in the grass, positioned carefully, deliberately. The killer had placed her there, posed her. Like a piece of art, like a message. Detective Harry Hansen arrives at the scene. He's seen murders before, gang shootings, domestic violence, bar fights. But this is different. The woman's body has been severed cleanly at the waist. No blood at the scene, which means she was killed somewhere else, drained, then transported here. Her face has been mutilated, slashed from the corners of her mouth to her ears, creating what the press will later call the Glasgow smile. Her body shows signs of torture, rope marks on her wrists and ankles, bruising on her arms. But there's something else. She's been washed, scrubbed clean, no dirt, no debris. The killer spent time with her after death, cleaning her, posing her. This wasn't a crime of passion. This was calculated, methodical, ritualistic. Hansen looks at the woman's face. Even with the mutilation, she's clearly young, beautiful, dark hair, pale skin. Who is she? The body has no identification, no purse, no clothing nearby. She's been left completely naked. Police take fingerprints, send them to the FBI. Within hours, they get a match. Her name is Elizabeth Short, age 22. Born in Massachusetts, she'd been living in Los Angeles for about a year. Friends called her Betty, but the press will give her a different name, the Black Dahlia. The nickname comes from a recent film noir movie called The Blue Dahlia. Elizabeth was known for wearing dark clothing and flowers in her hair. Someone at the newspaper makes the connection. The name sticks, and it transforms Elizabeth from a victim into a legend. Elizabeth Short came to Los Angeles with a dream. Like thousands of other young women in the 1940s, she wanted to be an actress, a star, to see her name in lights. She'd grown up poor in Massachusetts. Her father had abandoned the family during the Depression. Elizabeth worked odd jobs, waitress, sales clerk, saving money for California. In 1943, she moved west, but Hollywood wasn't what she imagined. She never got a real acting role. She survived on the kindness of friends, sleeping on couches, moving from apartment to apartment, always one step away from being homeless. Men were drawn to her. She was striking, dark hair, pale skin, a presence. But Elizabeth had strict boundaries. Friends said she was flirtatious but rarely dated seriously. She talked about wanting to find love, to get married, to have a real life. In the weeks before her death, she'd been staying with various acquaintances. She told people she was going to San Diego to visit a man she'd met, a potential boyfriend, but she never made it. On January 9, 1947, 6 days before her body was discovered, Elizabeth was last seen alive at the Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. She walked into the lobby, sat in a chair, made a phone call, and then she disappeared. The Los Angeles Police Department launches the biggest investigation in the city's history. They interview over 150 people, friends, acquaintances, men Elizabeth had dated, hotel clerks, bartenders. Everyone has a theory. Everyone has a suspect. But nothing leads anywhere. Then, the letters start arriving. On January 23rd, 8 days after the body was discovered, the Los Angeles Examiner receives a package. Inside, Elizabeth's belongings, her birth certificate, her social security card, photos, an address book, and a note made from letters cut out of newspapers. Here is Dahlia's belongings. Letter to follow. 2 days later, another letter arrives. I will give up in Dahlia killing if I get 10 years. Don't try to find me. The killer is taunting the police, playing games, proving he's smarter than them. Over the next few weeks, more letters arrive, dozens of them. Some are clearly fakes people seeking attention, but a few seem real. One letter promises to turn himself in at a specific location. Police wait. No one shows up. The killer vanishes. For 78 years, investigators and amateur detectives have tried to solve the Black Dahlia case. Suspects have included Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy physician with a history of violence. His own son, Steve Hodel, now a retired detective, believes his father was the killer. He's written books presenting evidence, but it's never been proven. A mobster named Jack Anderson Wilson, he allegedly confessed to the murder on his deathbed, but the confession is disputed. A surgeon, because of the precision of the cuts. Someone with medical knowledge. A butcher, same reason. The truth is, no one knows. The LAPD officially closed the case in 2013, but they never named a suspect. The Black Dahlia case endures because it represents something larger. Elizabeth Short was a young woman with dreams. She came to Hollywood believing in possibility, in transformation, in second chances. And instead, she became a victim. A cautionary tale. A symbol of the dark side of the American dream. Her killer was never caught, never faced justice. That bothers us. We want closure. We want answers. But some mysteries don't get solved, and maybe that's why we can't look away. To this day, people leave flowers at the site where Elizabeth's body was found. They visit her grave. They remember her not as the Black Dahlia, but as Betty, a real person, a woman who deserved better. If this case moved you, leave a comment below. Tell me, who do you think killed Elizabeth Short? And if you want more unsolved mysteries and forgotten cases, check out the next video in this series. We're investigating the Zodiac Killer and the new AI evidence that might finally reveal his identity. Thanks for watching. And remember, some stories don't end, they haunt.